It's working on my end. I'm ready when you are. Let me just quickly change this over, and I'm going to go hop into the arena. Oh, Chris, you're muted on Discord. This is still muted. Not sure. Set up log.
Step into the ring.
Alright, let's get our Amiibo sorted.
Choose your fighter.
So we can hear Flower Kirby when they're ready.
Ooh,
Hey, there you are!
that was sort of awkward. I was like, oh, they're muted. Oh wait, they're doing the intro. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, you can't hear Kirby? One moment, hold on. I can get this fixed. I just did not set my... Ah, I see what's happened. I need to set you to B. There we go. Can you say something for us, Phil?
Hello, I am here.
Ah, perfect. There we go.
Ooh, and it seems like the book is actually working a little bit better on it. Wait, is it actually working properly?
Oh, maybe. That would be nice.
Oh my god, I think it is. We did
Ooh.
all that setup earlier, like, oh no, it's not working, and I think it's somewhat working. It is picking me up a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, I've got the Amiibo all set up.
Lovely. So I was explaining to those in the holo about the general, like, what we're doing here today, but did you have anything else you maybe wanted to add? Any extra stakes we've got on this? Are we putting money on these fights?
I don't know, should we? Like, I feel my odds are not that great, to be honest, but you know.
You've got way more experience in Amiibo training than I do.
That is true, but we could see if it's an even fight. I do have my Zelda Amiibo with me.
Ooh, Zelda against Zelda. That would be an interesting one. As I mentioned to Thea before stream as well, we also have set up a command as well to keep track. We gotta have that winning streak, right? So it'll be, for the moderators, it'll be either !Sage or !Ren, R-E-N. So Percy, if you could help me keep on top of that, I'd very much appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's working.
Hold on, there we go, hold on. I will wipe those scoreboards, unless
No, they
these
just threw
amiibos are
hands
getting
while
some
we weren't looking.
3 rounds. Alright, we will set that. I'm so glad I have control of that manually, because I did not make a command to, like, retract it, like I do with the death pits. The infamous death pits. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be 0, and this is back to 0. Alright. So shall we get our first match going, then?
I think we're all set to go.
Alright.
Goodness, I've never seen an amiibo fight in the arena, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's interesting as well how it may go for lag cases, because it's like, they don't need to put in human inputs. Oh man, Zelda's already getting off that damage there.
Yeah, Zelda's known for their very, very chunky damage.
Especially if they get that side kick in.
Or just any of their aerials. That's, I think, something I mentioned a time ago, was that Zelda has such a great kit as an amiibo. They have a spike, they have powerful aerials, their neutral air is really good. That's why I was a little worried. I'm like, I don't know about this Fox, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, just because it works in competitive does not make for a good amiibo.
And also, like, let's be real, I'm not the best Fox player.
Yeah, I might not have played Zelda in a very long time, but back in the Melee days...
The final smashes on Zelda's got the best smash! Come on, get 1 KO. You got this.
I'm curious then what chat might have in terms of bets.
Ooh, I got the first kill. I'll take it.
Oh, very nice. But that's like 150 damage with the side throw and a final smash sitting in reserve now.
Actually, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, because it's not going to kill.
Damage, but it won't kill me. Yikes! 60 damage on final smash.
That's without any spirit boosting as well.
It's the big reason final smashes are so good for Zelda. Like, I think a lot of people say that Zelda has the best final smash, just period in the game, even amiibo or not.
Oh, I do miss Marth's original final smash from Brawl, because that, if you could land it, was a one-hit kill.
Isn't it still a one-hit kill in this game?
No, it's not. They nerfed that since the previous smash. So it's got a very high kill rate. You don't have to be super high in damage. So it's still a good finisher,
Whoa!
but it's not instant like it used to be.
I do know
Just a
that
bit
the smash bars are nerfed versions of the thing, which also realizes that even with the nerfed bar, like, Zelda did so much damage. Or unless there was a smash ball one, I don't know. But I guess hi people, we're fighting, we're fighting plastic toys against each other and getting passionate.
Oh, I was thinking earlier, be like, okay, this might be a little bit extreme, but if you could find some of the more common, cheaper amiibos where you're only maybe sinking in about $20 to $25, but each time they lose, you take a blowtorch and you melt a little bit more of the figure and you just keep going until there's nothing left of it.
That's called cruelty as an amiibo owner?
Look, they will be motivated to win. It's a literal death match.
Will not harm any of my children?
They'll be fine, I promise. Plus, if I can entertain Sammy with other flames, he might not set stuff on fire.
I thought we were trying to sway him.
Exactly, it's like burn the plastic. It's a little bit toxic, but better than burning down the lab. Oh, sorry, real quick. It's Captain and Prince's birthday today.
Ooh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Final smash Zelda, please! Come on, Rennard! Oh my god! Yes!
Star Fox, fire at will.
Let's go! My boy!
Fox wins.
Mission complete.
Oh, all right. So that was first match to Ren then. Ah, thank you, Percy. All right. And you were like, oh, I'm worried. And then you end up taking first match.
Look, bro, I didn't train them in final smashes. I was like, does he know how to use this? It's like giving him a loaded gun and never teaching him how to use a gun.
Or in this case, literally a loaded gun.
Round 2. Ice cream!
Yep.
Okay, it sounds fun, Captain.
Hold on, I had a fun birthday. Got to spend a lot of day with Branson, my roommate took me to the arcade. Yeah, that does sound fun. But you didn't say what flavor of ice cream you were having.
Ah, yes, that's the important thing. So we can judge you.
That's weird. I thought I had the stages set to random. That's alright, we'll get him some fresh background
No,
soon.
It is random. Oh, wow. The randomness was that the first stage was just Final Destination, but the second stage is Final Destination Mega.
You want platforms? Too bad.
I don't know, the lack of platforms is helping.
Yeah, I know. Fox like took out one of Sage's stocks with what 15%?
I know. Oh, we got that Twilight Princess music though, which is sweet. Ooh, actually no, this is good.
Oh, too high,
is he actually
Sage.
gonna avoid
Why?
Oh my god, I've never seen an amiibo avoid the Zelda's F smash.
I mean, she did whiff it pretty bad. It's interesting though, because they're definitely using moves I didn't really teach, because I don't use the down B very often. But then she's on that edge with it. Prepared, but ooh, looks like it was cookie and cream. That's a good flavor.
I could see a bot in my chat. I think it's a bot. It's got a name that literally is why you bully me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that sounds like a bot. Time to purge.
Up the Shadow Realm with.
Hold on. Another one was Oreo cheesecake. Have you had Oreo cheesecake, Fia?
I feel like I've had it at some point.
Look, I gotta admit, I would die to try if you made Oreo cheesecake.
It's one of the desserts that I do struggle a little bit with when it comes to bacon, I must admit. I've had
Cheesecakes?
Yeah, I had this incident where I made a caramel cheesecake and I guess my oven was just being the worst, so it decided to like not cook the center.
Ooh, that was another final smash miss on that one.
That's fine. We both missed final smashes, even playing field. Oh. But I was, my dad's like, well, it's still edible, so it's all good. Which I guess that is true.
I mean, yeah, Mama Sterling's a little bit like that as well, because when she does her baking, she'll get upset if, like, you know, because you spend a fair bit of time and effort into it, if it doesn't come out the way you want it to. And, or maybe it tastes fine, but it doesn't look as pretty, it doesn't rise properly, which I can understand, like, oh, that probably sucks a little bit. At the same time, it's like, oh my god, it still tastes really good, though.
Also, what is happening over in the chat?
I don't know. Percy, could you take a look at that for me with your wrench? And that's another one for Ren as well. There we go.
Ooh. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I was a little worried, but I poured my heart and soul into this amiibo. I was like, I gotta do it. I don't know how to use Fox at all. I've got to train him as best as I can.
And it's paying off. It is paying off.
3, 2, 1, go!
Maybe it's a door salesman.
When in doubt, exterminate it with fire.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no,
see him
it's
down
fine.
the window. If you look out there, he's just standing out there.
Like, we've come to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, except he doesn't speak you guys' language.
That's right, we don't do that to Terry because we have you here.
Yeah.
And you've really been expanding on the Terry lore this last, like, week or two, right? Well, actually, since April Fool's, you've been kind of tickling away at it.
Yeah. It's been fun, I gotta say. Learning more about Terry's world and whatnot. I mean, I'm always excited to learn more stuff. I had to do that when I got here. I mean, I could understand you guys talking, but I can't read anything.
Well, you managed to learn the worm, so even if the language was different, I reckon you'd manage.
Yeah, I've been starting to read kid books over here.
But for those in Hollow, would you like to maybe clarify a little bit on that?
Oh, the Terry thing?
Yeah, the Terry, and even your own lore as well.
Let's see. For the Terry thing, I guess he's sort of like Redback's creation, but like in terms of, I guess, the lore behind him, he just comes from a different world. He just showed up here one day. I've been talking to him because, you know, I'm always cool to learn new things. No, I wish I had the final death version.
There we go. Sage might end up taking this one.
And I guess for myself, I'm not from around here. I mean, I don't even look like this normally. I just changed ever since I got here. But I can always go back. It took a while to get all the stuff to go back, but I managed to figure it out.
Are you allowed to share that info? Like, do you travel as part of an agency? Do you just kind of tumble through worlds and not sure how? Like,
From
is it-
what I know
we've got-
about this one, at least, I did a little bit of research, obviously. Just one day I was just chilling at my base, and then all of a sudden I just ended up here. Something about demonic rituals or something like that, I think.
wait, what?
I think some person was like, oh yeah, we're gonna summon a demon in this world, and then I ended up here by accident. I don't know how they got that wrong. Anyways.
Yeah, that's. Did they offer up like a rotisserie chicken instead of like a virgin lamb or something?
I don't know. I didn't even land where they wanted me to. I just ended up on the ground somewhere. And I was like, well, cool. But then my phone died. That was fun.
Man, I
Nothing
thought
worse than finding out
isekai
your team's
worms were
freaking out
wild.
about where you are when you can't contact them for several weeks.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was, yeah. I wasn't expecting that, I gotta be honest.
But
I thought the wild spot was gonna be isekai worms, but no. Misplaced demonic ritual.
Look, you got some weird people in this world doing some weird stuff, like me.
Evidently. Ooh.
But,
Because I think
yeah.
Connor's wanting to fight you with a broken chair now.
I wouldn't try it.
Yeah, there we go. Victory for Sage. Finally.
Oh, I almost had my final smash off, but I guess Sage was pretty healthy that time around. Alrighty, victory for Sage. I'm just saving all the replays because I can. There's no updates to the game.
All right. We didn't end up deciding if we were going to a set number on this, were we? Is it first to 10, do you think?
We could do something like that, yeah. Gives us plenty of time
Alright.
to chat.
Let me just change the stage, just in case, because it's like
Oh, wait, my
random,
bad,
random.
I've chosen Final Destination. Oops.
So that's why, because if I have mine on random, I think it always gives it to the other player. And
Alright.
if you've got your set, I was like, that's the third time it's been Final Destination.
Oopsies. What I do
Uh,
random. Well, like, watch it be that we both picked random and it still takes us to Final Destination.
It's like, okay. I mean, one of them's a fox, so of course it has to be Final Destination. No items.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. Something a little bit more colorful.
And we got that ones. Hidden things.
Hey, AJ! Hi!
See you, AJ.
Oh. Oh no, Connor's offering to move around any the new chair now.
You gotta
What, move
find
it through a
somewhere to
window?
save all your stuff.
I have to be so careful in this lab. First it's with Sammy and burning things and setting the table on fire. Goodness knows how many of those I had to replace. And now we've got Connor breaking windows, or sometimes throwing chairs to break windows.
Fun.
And that fighting them off, having to like etch their initials in the tree
Oh,
outside.
yeah, you probably don't want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
forest spirits.
I don't think Noctis would like that either. We like to respect the tree best that we can.
Trees facing no punishment. You guys are in the lab. Oh, I am so dead.
Oh yeah, that is definitely going to push it 2-2.
Oh, I still have Final Smash Bros.
Back. Oh, I'm slime dunking because I'm so slimy. I keep forgetting that not only are you a duck, you are a slime duck. But ooh, Dominique's asking, how's everyone doing today? Would you like to go first?
I am doing fine. It's a lot easier to get over to the hollow now that I have an actual way of getting back and forth, so it's no big deal.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I am... it was busy today at work. We had 12 flights land at once at our busiest, and then it was consistently busy through most of it. Oh no! Hi there, Ploofy Ploof. Welcome to the lab. There we go. Hallie, I think you probably just caught the tail end of that question, but I can repeat if you didn't manage to catch that.
Man, I can't imagine 12 planes landing at once.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, very few times I've had to, so there's a kiosk right by a corner pillar, but there's a little bit of space between, and I have to kind of shift between the kiosk and the wall. So thank goodness I'm skinny, otherwise I'd have a lot of trouble moving around, because it's like shoulder to shoulder, body to body.
Oh, it's close. It's down to the wire. Last hit.
Oh, that's the up. The up smash will do that. Another one for Ren. I'm proud of my boy, even though he's kind of beating the one I've been training.
It happens, it happens.
Yeah.
That's the fun about Amiibo. Sometimes you train them and then they just do all sorts of crazy things, like what happened during my tournament.
Oh, what happened there?
So, a lot of the newer Amiibos I trained didn't really make it to the finals, except for like, I think Sephiroth ended up in the finals against my Terry Amiibo. And it was so close to the wire, there was only like last hit thing, and then all of a sudden Terry's like, you know what, I just remembered something, and then he turned around and used the go meter.
Oh my god.
Like, he was losing, I'm pretty sure, for most of that match, and then all of a sudden he was like, wait, I have this thing! Oh, that shield.
That is such a strangely human moment for an Amiibo, though.
It's always fun. And then
Goodness,
the
I
other
keep
times
getting all
they
the...
just dance on the spot, I've seen that happen.
Speed of the Oh, okay. So Bam is flying to Sydney in their flight sim right now.
Not in real life, just in the flight simulator.
Just in the flight sim.
Does it count? Are you in like a virtual version of Sydney at that point?
Oh no, it's like, yeah, is there a virtual airport you're passing through? Because I wonder if that also needs as much of a vacuum, because, oh boy, things be dusty over there right now.
People outside, gross. You'd think that, like, after the big C, that our hygiene would improve, but humanity chooses to continue proving us wrong.
Yeah, no, considering I had to, like, not only wipe a blood booger off a screen, but I told someone, hey, you, might want to sanitize your hands, and he's like, it's alright. And I was like, sir, it's blood. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, and he just walked off. I'm like, it's literally right there. You don't even have to step out of your way to get it. Just, dude, sanitize your fucking hands! Ooh, why? Oh, there we go.
I don't think I'm gonna win this, unfortunately. I'm still a whole stock down. I don't think this will kill. Oh no.
No, it did. It did.
While this match is going on, I'm just gonna open up my little bag here and just pull out this piece of bread I have. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, come on.
He might be able to bring it back, maybe? Questionable?
If she gets a good hit, I think he really will be a Star Fox. There we go. Another one for Sage. Ah, about time.
Been pretty even, I gotta say. There's no, like, really big losses, like, no 3-1 stock sort of thing.
Yeah, it's been relatively close. Right, put that in for Sage. Oh no, I've hurt Connor's feelings. Bear in mind, considering I have a photorealistic scenery for Sydney Airport, I think it does need vacuuming out. Yeah, it's gotten to the point. it's rolling up into dust bunnies just out in the visible areas. It's not great. It's really not great. That one, I took a photo and I put a tweet out of, there was the little billiards with the ropes to make the lanes and stuff? So someone's child had been walking around barefoot, and because you can see in the dust on the bottom of this billiard, the foot outline, and it has been there for 3 weeks, at least.
I knew about the footprint, but I didn't realize it's been stationary for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. Another time, a coworker wrote the date on another one, and within 5 days, you can't even see the date anymore. The dust is just built back up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Rennard, where are you going?
Into the pit.
I was wondering why he was using his up B over to the other side. I was like, what are you doing? Stage confuses him. He hasn't seen anything like this. It's got curves.
What is this layout?
Give Minecraft Steve a heart attack.
Well, Percy's like, I can feel my allergies acting. Yeah. So Lemon worked with me briefly. They did the same job as I did for a little while. And they were like, oh, when I was showing them everything, it's like, and telling them about it, it's like, oh, no wonder whenever I was in that area, my skin would start itching up.
Oh.
Yep. And I think that was the other one that I put up in the hollow as well for the Discord server, of the ceiling and all of the water damage, where they've just sort of nailed the board over, but it's still clearly hanging a little bit lower.
I do have one bad hygiene story I can think of, like, off the top of my head, because it happened last week.
Yeah, what happened?
So, last week, I was shopping at our good old Aussie grocery store known as Woolies, or Woolworths.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rennard, these guys are so savage!
She's like, nah, I'm still taking that stock.
But I think we were talking about my mum's worried, because she works at childcare, and make it no secret, children are disease vectors. They hide many diseases, and I was just casually mentioning that, and then she was worried about getting sick because her immune system ain't the best.
Mm-hmm.
But as we were walking out, I see two parents with a child walking, and I kid you not, that child had measles, I think. Like,
Wait, what?
they had red spots coating their entire face, and they were being carried into the shopping center, and they were also touching the trolley that, was being used. And I was like, oh my god, is that what I think it is? Like, the tiny little red spots all up and down the kid's face, and I was like,
I'm
you didn't bring your kid into here like that.
I'm going to hope that they just had chicken pox, which, still highly contagious. They should not be out and about with it, especially if there's any adults that haven't gotten it, because that can lead to, like, shingles and everything. But, oh, that is awful.
Like, regardless of what it was, measles, chickenpox, you can't be seriously bringing a kid like that. Like, look at it. Does that look like a normal kid to you?
It's diseased. That child is diseased. Why are they here? Also, sorry, just, Jets, just like, hey chat, nice cock fight.
Yep. Just whipping out our theoretical cocks.
Oh, there was one when we used to play, like, Magic the Gathering at one of our, like, local game places, and we just get to the table and, like, whip your decks out for Jace!
You always have to make a dick joke at some point, whether you have one or not. But yeah, Connor, what was the joke? Sorry, because I didn't want to interrupt via story time. Look, man, Sage is taking a bit of a beating on this one. Still in there though. Yeah, you're a stock ahead at the moment, so I think it's still pretty even. Count stocks. Man, they go to magnet. They suddenly become magnets to the smash ball whenever they see it. They're like, mine. Come on, get the kill. She gets you. You die, boy. Oh man, that phantom armor from all the way over there, definitely
Because it looked like she was facing the other way. Oh, okay. Alright. She's still on that 3-stock if she can hold on to that final smash. Oh, oh, there he goes. It's not gonna kill, though.
No, but oh, the air dodge.
How is she still in? She's like, okay, now she's definitely out.
Because Fox doesn't have any kill moves, that's why.
That's true.
Like,
That's
My
true.
boy, I like spammed smash attacks. I'm like, boy, you need to use these because your aerials don't do shit.
Alright, that's another. That's one for Sage. What's that put the score at? So we've got it 3-4. Oh, hold on. I will fix that. I'm so sorry, Percy. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. And Fen, hello. Yeah, which Amiibo will reign supreme? Who's your bet on currently? And same for chat as well. I will just fix the counter
Oh,
up
I just
real.
looked at the score. It's literally still even. That's crazy.
No. Percy accidentally did it as well. So I just changed it. So it's 3-4 at the moment.
It's still pretty close though.
Yeah. It's been hit for hits. Oh, no, Percy. All good. All good. I just wasn't sure if you were still around, so I didn't want to assume. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, so Connor said, so I know this doctor for years, and I've even coached his kids in soccer football, and he tells me that the diagnosis says that I'm cancer-free. Was someone else's and I almost cried. Oh, no, that's awful.
Bro, come on.
Oh. I mean, I know you said crooked, but that's just awful. I'm guessing you guys had a rapport going where he knew you could take it, but that's still really fucking awful. Oh, and in the States, knowing how lawsuit happy a lot of people are over there, I'm surprised they do something like that, because I can imagine, like, you just need someone being like, okay, no, I'm gonna sue you for the emotional distress you've just caused me.
Yeah, some people are a bit too trigger happy lawsuits and stuff.
There was one. Okay, so I think we can establish universally that a lot of people hate clout TikTokers that do the quote-unquote prank stuff for views, clout, comments, all that kind of stuff. But there was one, and you actually see the video of what they did. It was probably the most actual prank you could have done. You still shouldn't do public pranks anyway, because you don't have any idea of what a person's going through on that particular day, and you just should leave people alone. But they were just in a restaurant, and he was sitting in the little booth, and he just kind of poked over, and he just leaned over, and he just sort of poked them, and then he ducked down. Something an actual child would do. And the guy just had a word where it was like, oh, come on, dude, like, what are you doing? You're like, what, 30? And he's like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm sorry. That's fine. If you don't want to be in it, we'll cut your footage. And then the guy comes back with staff, and he has the police called, and he wants charges filed for, like, assault or something?
What?
And it's like, oh, okay, I guess I can understand the sentiment of wanting to, you know, make an example out of some of them, but the dude literally just poked you. He barely just poked you. This would be something a 6-year-old would do.
No, you might press charges on a 6-year-old.
Yeah, my press charges on a 6-year-old, but it's like, that was just the weirdest thing.
Well, at least it ended a little bit better than the one I was thinking of about, like, somewhere in America, something on those prank channels. And he was just annoying a guy, or something. I don't remember exactly how it ended, but the basic end line was, the guy turned on him and shot him in the stomach.
I think I remember hearing the headline on that one.
Yeah, he lived. He's one of the few who have lived that sort of situation. Because this
Yeah,
has happened
when it
multiple times.
turns.
One of them was like understandable. Like, let's say you have a gun. Let's just put that hypothesis. You're standing in the car park, just by yourself. There's no one else around. You got a gun just to protect yourself, and all of a sudden, a kid or like a teenager comes running at you with a knife. What do?
You defend yourself.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why one of those things was that he turned and shot the guy, and the guy's last words was, "It's just a prank, bro."
Oh my god.
That's why I dislike those cloud chasing prank things. They don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just... I don't want to say it... Sorry, I'm just having trouble because it's like, I know what my feelings are, but also trying to articulate that into words, because it's like, of course, it's tragic because some people have either died or almost died in that case, but it's just like, what the fuck were they thinking? Because, again, another case in the US, aside from being lawsuit happy, they take their whole self-defense via firearms thing very seriously, because I don't think it's the case of, someone that will make you safer, because I think there's actually a statistic that shows if you have firearms, you are more likely to die from a firearm. But at the same time, like, if you have people coming out with you with knives, if you have people coming at you with other guns, if you have a general nervousness because you do not trust your system to protect you, because more often than not, it doesn't seem to, I can understand people having that kind of fear and paranoia. Whether you're a woman or, you know, of a minority group or a certain sexuality and stuff. So, of course, if someone's going to run at you with a knife and you have a firearm, that's going to be your go-to response. Because...
This is not including, like, I can't remember if the article said so. What if, also in this case, you get in the car and your kids are in the car? That's another thing too, like, you turn around and be like, oh no, my kids are in danger from this person who's literally charging at me with a weapon. Like,
you go into survival mode. It's them or you, and you will pretty much always pick them.
wow! You had the final smash if only you used it fast.
Oh my goodness, Zelda's almost 3-stocking again.
Yeah. It's weird. Sometimes he's like, he understands the mission, and then sometimes he's just like, I don't know, like, I just can't get it.
Speed.
But I think
There we go.
I could have done it. The problem is that Zelda's final smash comes out faster! Oh,
Not
my
enough for the kill, though.
Yeah, but I think I was at sealed his ass in the...
Thank you, Percy. There we go. Yeah, 1 for 1 again.
Exactly, so I'm don't care who wins or loses in this. It's really good to see that both Amiibos are doing super well.
They both seem to have gone through pretty decent training arcs on this one, which I'm kind of happy for, because I have not trained an Amiibo in a very long time.
Have you trained in the other Amiibos that you have?
I did for the previous Smash, and then when I realized, like, oh, it's not going to carry over, and it's like, do I really want to sit down and train all of them again? Because I was expecting if they changed the level cap, then okay, I need to fill the difference, or maybe the experience points aren't in because the system is different, but they might still have some of their learning. Right. But the fact it's more or less, no, you are starting from the beginning, just, it put me off. It's like, okay, nah, it's going to feel like a chore.
Yeah, that is true, but you don't have to actually train them all the way up to 50 yourself.
Yeah.
You can just train them up to, some people even just train them up to just 20. The more important thing is that you have taught them the moves that you want them to use the most, and you've got the right nature, and then you just turn the learning off, and then you just let the CPUs do it.
Interesting. Yeah, because I didn't even realize you could turn off the learning.
The learning is basically the slider system. You just put the off button. You're like, no, I don't want them to learn anything more, which is obviously a good thing, because I accidentally one of my Amiibos, I forgot to turn the learning off.
Oh
and
no.
I let him train, and then I was like, oh, just check the Amiibo menu, and I checked. Thank goodness I did. And it said he had a light nature all of a sudden. I was like, wait. And I checked. I was like, oh, I forgot to turn the learning on. Luckily, you can discard any like training if you haven't like saved it from the last scanning in. So I was able to do that. But that's definitely scared me for a moment. I was like, oh boy.
Like, time to re-examine how I train them.
It's not too hard to train them. I've heard like some people just train them on that. Obviously, some people like train them a lot longer just because they want to be absolutely sure that these Amiibos use the moves that like are required. Yeah.
Be interesting to know as well if there's possibly like a proper like Amiibo cockfighting scene. Like, okay, sure, we got this little challenge going on. But what about in the proper Smash community? Has anyone else been doing this? Do they have, like, physical events? I think Spawn Point, which is a gaming bar over in the city, did do one at one point, but it was a kind of a case... I don't know if they got physically destroyed, but I think something happened to the Amiibo if you entered. So a lot of people were entering with the more sort of easy-to-come-by ones.
Yeah.
They weren't pulling out the valuable ones.
So hard to find Amiibos. we had enough people in the Hollow, that would be cool too, to have one of those things where everyone just trains one Amiibo and visits the ring. Obviously, I would not condone of the damaging of Amiibo because I despise that. I have watched one of these things, I know what they do. And I haven't forgiven that one person who was like, oh, we have one space left, so can somebody, like, does anyone from the crowd want to put their Amiibo in? Some sort of Dark Pit Amiibo in? Which was, they were kind of rare, but I got to watch him lose, and then they cut his wings off with a pair of garden pliers, and then smashed him. And I've never felt so horrible for my boy.
No. Oh. I'm sorry.
And they put the Pac-Man in a blender. The blender lost.
Yeah, because it's like, if it's Pac-Man, that'd be a solid chunk of plastic, because those Amiibos don't feel like they're hollow.
Like, I'm pretty sure DDD is, like, solid plastic. I think he's still considered one of the heaviest Amiibos, like, ever. I don't know what it is. He's smaller than Bowser, but he is, like...
Chunky.
Chunky. All that gourmet
Oh.
racing.
Also, we need, apparently, Sage to win, because Jade took $100 from Connor and put it on Zelda, so, yeah, she better. She better.
Speaking of my boy, it's his theme. I want
Or even if they could just put the, like, just Kid Icarus to Switch, that would be really nice.
Yes, I'll take that too, and then my family will understand why I'm obsessing over these two angels.
Because I was watching, like, someone stream it the other day, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot how, like, fun and witty a lot of the dialogue and the banter were. But it's just like, oh. It's really hard to physically play through in the sense of just holding the analog and the touch screen and just the side of the 3DS digging into your palm and killing your circulation. That was a problem I had with mine.
Yeah, and I did break my L button with that game as well, but I fixed it, which actually helped me, like, fix my DS, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I do understand the control scheme is very difficult, but man, that game was fun. Like, the story's witty, and they casually just gloss over a really dark section in the game, and they'd like, yep, don't need to elaborate on that, and you're like, guys, there was something really bad that happened here. Well, you can't just...
Oh, are we gonna acknowledge about this? Are we gonna talk about this? No? Okay.
They're like, no, we gotta move on, there's more important things.
So I do love they changed the Kid Icarus Wikipedia to Divinopedia after that game came out.
I'm gonna break an Amiibo and send it to Kirby. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, if you do somehow find my address and send me a broken Amiibo, I'll take care of him. I'm not a monster.
You wouldn't go to the cops? I'd see that as quite the ominous threat if I were you.
If the Amiibo can still work and still function, I see it as an adoption situation. And then Connor has never heard from again, but that's beside the point.
Wow, okay, that was an interesting scenario. So Fox just fell off the stage.
That actually happened earlier in the match too. He couldn't grab the ledge or something. It was really weird.
Well, I know with those ones, it can get a little bit tricky because if you break the footing and it's just the cloud, you can jump through it. But then if you have it come back while you're mid-air, sometimes, I don't know, it's like you can't grab onto it.
And I think if you have stage hazards off, they don't have a break as well, so... But the ledge is really odd there. I think also Fox was like, when he came back up, because there's no solid ground underneath it, it's just a flat platform with the cloud mechanic. If the Amiibo tries to recover, they'll occasionally try to recover like underneath it, and it doesn't allow them to grab the ledge.
2, 1, go!
It's just says like no fucks given.
Oh look, it's the one stage from that complicated series I've heard about.
What do you mean? The law's so simple. You just kind of have to like, you start at the games, you play them chronologically, even though the story has like a prequel that is 10 years ahead of the first game on the PSP, and then you have a mobile game that's about like a few thousand years before that, and then now another mobile game that's I think it's meant to be a couple of 100 years after the first mobile game.
And then there's the Tamagotchi.
Oh yeah, there's the Tamagotchi. You know what? Knowing the madman that Nomura is, the Tamagotchi's probably canon.
Well, I don't know, but I have enjoyed playing it a little bit. But obviously I haven't gotten all the characters on there. But like, there's some really hidden like animations that you wouldn't know of. Like, I had the mermaid Sora recently, and there's a little like cute little animation that has him and Ariel like singing together. Because obviously it's a
Oh,
reference
just
to
like in
that.
the game. That's
But
so
there's also
cute.
some pretty sad ones too, because obviously you can have the Tamagotchi quote unquote die from a situation, and some of the death animations are kind of sad. Like if you have what's her name, Aqua die, she falls into a pit of darkness, which is
Oh.
obviously a reference to that game. Terra gets
Yeah.
possessed. Dark Riku just dissolves, and whatever the big bad guy shows up.
Right?
sorts of
That's that is concerning. I mean, accurate to the games, but still concerning for little Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow is very excited about the amiibos, it seems.
Oh, I missed.
Oh, that was a miss. That was definitely
also,
a miss.
I guess Dominic Armstrong 4, thank you so much for the follow on my end. I was in the middle of a story, so I wasn't able to say the follow, but thank you so much.
Oh, Dominic! Yeah, Dominic's awesome.
Glad you have given the follow. I'm getting close to 100, I gotta say, and it's really exciting.
Milestone? Do you have anything special planned for that?
I don't think I have just yet. A part of me is like, I should do something like either something I wouldn't.
Sorry
do
to interrupt. Percy, can you get on that real quick? Thank you. Sorry, you were saying, Phil?
Like, I haven't decided what I should do. There's two things I could do. Is like either a really big game that I've never played before, or God forbid I play a horror game or something like that. It's just something out of my comfort zone. That would be something.
Yeah, that... Or would you do maybe like a special little community challenge run? Because I know you do a couple with like the Nuzlocks and the randomizers.
That could be a thing too. Like, one of my biggest goals is to one day do one of those crowd control Zelda randomizers.
Oh, that would be cool. The only problem with crowd control is that you do need to be affiliate for the interface to work, so you probably would have to do it for another milestone.
I got kicked in the stomach. I almost had that.
Right in the guts. Ooh, rough.
Could do a cooking stream. I could, but you wouldn't see my body. Just two hands do cooking stream, and I don't know if you guys want to literally watch something cooking for like an hour or something.
That would be cool though. Cooking streams are pretty valid. I've seen quite a few VTubers do them as well. I think one of the amazing ones that I saw in terms of like their technical setup was, mind you, they had a proper like face tracked model, so it was kind of following it. And rather than having arm tracking, they had like green screenable gloves on. And they kind of like used it in their setup. So you're watching the setup and then the model's like over the top of the table. And it's like, oh, this is really, really cool because it looked like their model was actually cooking.
That is pretty sweet. I think that would be the biggest thing that would hinder me, is just like not being able to get all my setup down the stairs or something like that.
Yeah, plus you'd have to probably have like a wireless camera. But ooh, it could be a potentially fun idea since it's your first community milestone. Would you ever think about maybe doing like an egg lock run with eggs provided by like people that follow?
Oh, I have considered doing that, and the thing is that I'm actually planning to go back to do Pokemon Sword because I discovered that with Pokemon Home you can actually go into other accounts and like take the mons from that account, put them into Home.
Yeah, you can. I've stolen a few of Noctis's Pokemon from like the Diamond run.
Yeah, so I have to do that because guess what? I've got to play through Sword and Shield, I think maybe twice, so I can get the mons for my living decks. Which honestly, I'm getting excited. I am so close. I think I was at 800 out of 1,000. So.
Wow, that is close.
Oh, and another follow from Shadowblade Gaming. Wait, was that the one with spamming?
Yep.
Okay, so I should block them as well.
Yes, Jet, you heard that right. A living dex. But didn't you already have a fair bit of a living dex already going in your... Was it Omega Ruby, you said?
Yeah, so it turns out that I had a lot of even the mythics too. Like, I have like full odds like Meloetta, Keldeo, Genesect, and I was like, oh, I need this. So I plan to send those legitimate ones up to home. And then send the, I guess the ones I'm currently trying to get from the black and white DNS changer into like, I guess my ORAS, just to keep living decks alive there, because I guess DNS changing and getting the mystery gifts now is a bit, you know, it's not completely legitimate. I mean, the Mons are completely legitimate, obviously the date's the weird bit, but yeah, I currently have like 4 Darkrais, an Arceus, 2 Shaman, all just sitting on
Wow.
one Diamond Nuzlocke from Mystery Gifts, which I can't believe actually works.
I'm surprised the event Pokemon work when the date is technically out as well, because you'd think like, oh, it'd have to be at least this year, and anything out of this year would be flagged as being sus,
Yeah,
a
but
little bit suspicious. But
yeah, apparently only Pokemon Transporter finds it a bit suspicious, but like, I think Bank and Go are a little less lenient. Oh, and I guess here's a PSA: if anybody out there, if you do have Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, there was a QR code given for Magirina, like the regular Magirina. It still works to this day. I literally tried it today and got. You can find the QR code and just grab it yourself right now if you need that for your home decks.
interesting. Oh, another stage finish.
Ah, it was close, that one.
That was. So yeah, Sage just won the last one as well, so she's on a little bit of a win streak. It's 6 for 6 at the moment.
Oh, okay. I thought the wins there was causing a bit of a like hard to explain.
Yeah, sorry. Don't know if Shadow's possibly listening in through your stream, but I don't know if you're Twitch or not, but usually you don't go dropping links into people's chats, 1, without explaining what it is, 2, without asking permission. It does make you come across as either a bot or a troll.
I think. Oh, Cass's theme.
Oh, fitting stage, very fitting stage.
At least I won't get flagged from this stage. YouTube. I don't understand how you thought the temple theme from this game is a German song with copyright.
What? And I had a false positive on the Knights stream, and it was for the hub world. It's like, that's really bizarre because I've streamed Knights 3 times over the 2 years this account has been going. And it's like, it's a hub world, so it comes up quite often, but it just got muted at 2 random points. And I've even just played the music outright for my coloring streams, no problem. So I have no idea why it's a problem now.
Because I'm pretty sure this godforsaken temple, like the melee stage, even in Battlefield 4, keeps showing up. And I'm just like, bro, how does it get flagged here? It was only just a minute-long thing, and I was like, why this section in particular? Like, I've had this stage show up multiple times during my Amiibo training sessions, and never had it flagged like that. Oh, that angle. Ugh. Someone else. Lord, I'm sorry for helping someone out.
Oh my god, that attempted guilt trip.
I understand that you are saying it like that, but the caps definitely don't really help the situation. It comes off a bit harsh. Oh no, not the Shadow Realm!
Oh no!
Stay alive! Oh.
Oh, I think that's definitely a perk of this stage, is just the, like, kill boxes for the range on this is so big. Matches on this one can take a little while. We might even get timed out, because there's 3 minutes left, and there's, what, 3 stock for Zelda, 2 stock for Zelda, and 2 stock still for Fox.
I love how you're just like, 3! No, never mind, 2. Commentator's curse.
That real-time updating. Ooh, okay. What is about, like, the Zelda temple stages or the castle stages that are just, oh yeah, we're gonna be, like, one of the biggest ones of the map, because I'm pretty sure this was the biggest one for the N64,
Yeah.
and then on Melee, you could easily just stall out fights if you really wanted to be a bit of a pain in the ass that day.
There's a graphic, like, designed for Melee's temple, like, how it works and, like, where's the best zone to store. Like, they got a map out for it, they know.
Oh, especially with the Meta Knight and the pit, the gliding mechanic in Brawl, because, you know, it wasn't entirely balanced, so you could just kind of, like, glide around the stage and hide underneath.
Those final smashes be rough.
Yep, looks like Percy called it with another Sage win.
Part of me is a little salty. I'm just like, we should turn final smashes off, but I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm benefiting from the final smashes as well.
Yeah, especially since, as you were saying before, Fox doesn't have a whole heap of kill moves. I know the up smash is probably one of his more reliable ones at, like, the higher damage or higher points in the stage.
Yeah, but that even has a sour spot, which is fun.
That's true.
But yes, some Final Smashes definitely are really dangerous. Like Zelda's, Bowser's is also another really dangerous one. But Bowser in general as an amiibo is considered pretty dangerous. Like, he is just one chunky amiibo. It was like a miracle that he didn't win the tournament this year.
That does raise a question. Have you personally seen the Mario movie yet?
Not yet. I need to figure out a time to go see it. I do want to see it. It's kind of weird though. Right now it's in that weird state where people are saying it's awful and some people saying it's great. And you're just like, what's happening? I want to know, but I haven't had the time to go see the Mario movie.
It definitely seems... I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've heard, it does seem to be like, it's fun, it's harmless, it's safe. Some people will really enjoy it and vibe with it. Others be like, where's the way to kill 2 hours? Yeah. And then, of course, there'll be some people that just hate on it because, 1, it's either Mario, or 2, because it's popular at the moment. I mean, it's outdone Frozen for the most popular animated movie on opening.
Frozen needs to die.
But we got Frozen 3 on the way, aren't you excited?
Frozen 2
it's
did
the
awful.
Olaf
It did nothing
again.
For your story, Frozen 2. I didn't even watch it. No, I'm pretty sure it added nothing. I don't trust you.
I preferred Frozen 2 over Frozen 1. I thought it added a fair bit.
I haven't watched either, so there's my opinion.
Yeah, I was not expecting Frozen 2 to pull out themes on, like, colonization and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going. We went from singing snowmans to, indigenous people of the forest, and then, yeah, colonization themes, and I was like, okay, this is different.
Good combo on that Zelda.
Ooh, yeah, that was.
This music is also the worst music choice. So relaxing whilst 2 amiibos literally just duke it out.
Well, over here we got like the Silver the Hedgehog rival fight music playing, which is maybe a little bit too hardcore for these softer visuals.
That's another thing. I guess we can't talk about Tears of the Kingdom yet, right? That's still.
Or I'd appreciate if we couldn't, or at least not from that very last trailer, because I know a couple of people are trying to avoid it because it does reveal a bit more of the plot, and they want to go into that blind.
So I guess the question here is, who's getting Tears of the Kingdom? Like, are you excited for it from what you know, or like, are you planning to stream it? I guess you are because you're doing Breath of the Wild.
Funnily enough, not really. So currently, I was I mentioned this on Twitter actually. I'm going to stream it on release day. I'm taking the day off of work. That last trailer convinced me. I am taking the day off of work, and I am going to stream it. But then after that, I'll probably sporadically stream it. It's not going to be an official part of the schedule because other people will be playing it and they won't want spoilers. There'll be days I just want to run around Hyrule and soak in the new ambience without needing to feel like I need to entertain or banter with chat.
Yeah, and also, like, you gotta wait. That's the hardest part. Like,
that's true.
Just waiting to play the game again. Like, I felt like that when I was playing Pokemon Violet. I was like, I just want to continue the story, please.
Oh my goodness, with the Legends Arceus as well.
Yeah. I have to go back to Legends Arceus soon. I might stream it again of me speedrunning through that game. Because I gotta go get 2 Enamoruses, so I gotta play through that game twice. So I can have both forms, because apparently that's a thing. In home, if you want to do a form dex, which I've almost done. I was like, why not? I've already managed to get. Thank goodness Australia, we're so isolated for Vivillon. Like, the only Vivillon patterns we get is the river ones, and you can't get the river ones, like, anywhere else, I think. Except, I don't know.
Oh, so they're desirable for trades?
Oh yeah, I managed to get every single Furfro, every single Vivillon, and every single Florges just through Vivillons.
Very nice.
And like, the Furfro one is scary too, because when you trade Furfro from X and Y, he just reverts back to his natural form. You have to get it from Go.
Yep.
And
yep.
Go is bull, I'll say, for like some of the Furfro designs. Here's an example. The Egyptian design, the Pharaoh trim as it's called, you gotta go to Egypt again.
What?
Yes, you have to physically be in Egypt on your map, and then you could just be like, alright, I'm gonna trim the Furfro now. There's one that's locked to Japan, the ones that locked to oceanic places, yeah, it's... And the heart one's locked to Valentine's Day.
Right, they really wanted to make that difficult, didn't they? The completionists would be like, haha, no.
Yeah, for me, I'm completionist, and a big thing is that I'm kind of screwed in some areas. Is one, didn't get any of the X and Y mythicals. I have no, there's no events recently that we've had for Diancie, Volcanion, Marshadow, and I'm just like, oh, I'm screwed. I don't know how to get this. I missed 2 of the Pikachu hats. I missed Zarude, and I'm like, oh no, this is biting me in the butt for missing these events.
Yeah, I forgot. A lot of the mythicals lately, for the last couple of generations, haven't exactly been too noteworthy. So I kind of forgot, like, Zarude was a thing. The last one I remember was Marshadow and, like, the electric furry one for Alola as well.
I think it's how you say its name.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So I just saw so much fan art, and, like, even someone made a really high-quality fursuit, which looks so cool, but it's like, okay, yeah, I can see why these guys have the appeals of the design.
Yep, that would be it. So, like, for me, I knew about the other... Oh, I got caught by the Phantom. But, I think the issue was also, like, with the Zarude, not only did we get the Zarude, we got a Papa Zarude for the movie, which has, like, a unique, like, battle model, and that counts as a form, and I'm like...
Oh, no.
And you can't trade mythicals on, like, Pokemon Home, like, for the GTS or anything like that, which kind of sucks. You have to, like, go on a Discord or go on a Reddit and be like, I'm looking for this, and do a friends trade. I mean, I guess that makes sense because they're kind of rare, but, like, at the same time, it makes it a lot harder for an introvert like myself. Oh, let's get the kill. Come on.
Will it get the kill? Will it get the kill?
Come on. No!
Oh, no! And she's got her final smash now.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he
why'd you
rolled,
roll
like,
in?
forward. He rolled into it.
Oh, no.
Game! I think Sage is now 1 match out from victory.
Ah, that's a shame. He's,
Jade might be making her $100 back.
Yeah, Ren is starting to fall down.
Ooh, Jet was saying the fusing mechanic reminds them of Gmod, so they're in.
Oh, yeah. I think
Hooray! Oh, it is going pretty good, Dre, so the one I'm raising is 1 match away from victory, so could be good. But still a chance for Ren to chain a couple of wins together.
We're
We'll
back
see,
here
we'll
again.
see.
Oh no. Fox! Please.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, no, this is a Battlefield. We're fine. Battlefield form. They're Amiibo. Yeah, they're Amiibo. This is, these Amiibos are trained by us two. We traded Amiibos, essentially. So, currently, Crescent is holding on to my extra Zelda Amiibo that I got from my cousin, and my Mewtwo Amiibo, which I also got from said cousin as well. And I am currently holding on to their Fox Amiibo and a Greninja Amiibo, which has got spirits in it, so it's technically a raid boss. So who knows, maybe one day you guys will see that Greninja somewhere in the arena. He is fully trained, I just haven't given him any special stats, deciding whether I should or not.
I mean, if you're gonna go raid boss mode, you really need to go all the way. You gotta commit to the bit.
True. I'll just have to look up and see what's the best things to give him. Because you wouldn't give him something that would make him really, really hoppy or something like that. Or like you want to give him something that gives him more kill power. If you're gonna be a villain, please commit to it. Yeah, that's true. Being villainous, you gotta do the whole 9 yards, as they say.
Yeah, you can't
half-ass it.
half-ass that kind of bit.
Oh wow, that caught? I thought that missed.
Ooh, Ren might actually, come back from this one, I think.
Don't jinx it. Please, he needs it. Don't jinx it.
I mean, he's a stock ahead.
UMBC Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, I got that. Wave dashing in that game. Fox top tier 1 Smash game with that mechanic. It's called Melee, I think.
Oh yeah, Melee had the
Wow,
wave
what
dashing.
catch. Let's go!
Ooh, could this be it?
I think it is. Though he is facing the wrong side of the stage, but I think Zelda's at
No, that's a redemption for Ren.
Woo.
Nice.
This is Fox, returning to base.
We're not gonna lose 6-9. The 69 choke will not happen.
Dang, there was potential there.
It was the wrong way around anyways. getting close though, so any match
Mhm.
could be the final match for now.
It could.
Oh, this is one of my favorite DK tracks as well.
Oh, DK. Donkey Kong. Ugh.
Funny thing is, the only game I've played of the Donkey Kong series is literally DK64 because my dad got that on N64 back in the day, and it's like a huge departure from obviously DK series.
Yeah, I've heard of that with the multiple playable characters and stuff for it as well.
DK rap. That game was hard. It's brutal at times. But we managed to 101% it. It only took us 7 extra years to do it. Because the funny thing is that we basically beat everything in the game. We got like every single thing. The one thing that my dad could not do for the life of him was that arcade Donkey Kong game.
What, is there there's an arcade minigame in it?
So, in the 3rd level, there's an arcade Donkey Kong game where it's obviously the original Donkey Kong. And the first time you do it, you get a golden banana, which you need for the collection. But you need to do it a second time. The second time is a harder version of the levels, and it gets you a Nintendo coin, I believe, which you need to unlock the final door in the final dungeon in order to unlock the final boss. So it's hella important. It's like one of the main keys that you need. Here's the problem. We just never were able to get that coin. We got the other one from a different arcade game, but we couldn't get this one coin. And my dad was like, yep, that's it. There's nothing I can do about it. And so that game sat completely dormant for like, what, 7 extra years? And I was like, one day after like, you know, looking through the N64 and just picking up some stuff, I was like, wait a second, we never finished this game. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be the day. I'm going to finish it. And I did it. It took me, I think, an hour and a half to beat that arcade game, but I did it.
Did it?
Yep.
What about the final boss?
And I beat the final boss as well. And that game is at 101%.
Heck yeah.
My fox is drowning.
Hey, Sammy.
Wow.
And yes, yep, this is Pokemon XD that's playing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Remember that time when like the trainer just got so pissed they started just fighting the Pokemon themselves? I mean, honestly.
I mean, that's the best way.
Series,
Like, forget the Pokemon, just throw hands.
Honestly, if any series, XD and Gale of Darkness would be the one that those trainers would throw hands, honestly. Because, like, seriously, some of those people are just ripped. Help! I can't recover! Okay, there we go.
Plus, I love it as well. Like, a lot of the trainers that you find, like, they're just outright crooks. They're just crooks and criminals. They're not all part of, like, you know, the evil syndicate for that game. But it's like, nah, they've probably done, like, larceny, maybe a little bit of Pokemon-fueled arson.
Just the fact that Shadow Mons exist, and some people are just holding on to Shadow Mons, and you're like, guys, can you not see that these Pokemon are suffering? They're like, nah, it's fine. Have you heard about that mod that's on the Colosseum games? Where they were like, you know how XD and like the first game, I don't know what, it's just called Colosseum, isn't it? The first one.
Yeah.
You know how they were hard? How about we just make them harder? And like, they're insanely hard. Like but there's so much added. They added new movesets, buffed Pokemon's like moves, added fairy type.
Then yes, I have heard of this one then. I think Double Buddy wanted me to do it at some point, and I was like, oh, maybe.
Maybe. You'd have to be pretty tough on that. It looks difficult. The part of me is like, I don't know, maybe I should give it a try myself. I do have, I think I have both, or at least Gale of Darkness, like on an emulator for me to like get the mod, but definitely.
The Nintendo ninjas could be listening. Careful.
Oh, true. Have it on definitely safe and trustworthy software on this very safe and trustworthy platform on a very trustworthy site.
Ooh, that's a hit.
I think that's it. I've got a bit of rage. I think I can handle it. So close to that final smash. I can see it charging. Oh goodness. That could have ended so badly if he flubbed that. Oh god, it's down to the wire!
Well, Trick Attack was saying before, I kept thinking about that one coin in DK64 that no one knew about and only found by a fluke. Do you happen to know about that, Phil?
Which coin is it? Because obviously there are coins in that game that you can pick up. And then there's obviously the rareware coin and the Nintendo coin.
Ah, so there's a few different
Yeah.
possible options for it then.
Oh, look here. Home field advantage, maybe.
I don't know, I can't see anyone getting advantage on this one with that level geometry.
Yeah. What were they thinking? They're like, we need a good Star Fox stage, and the guy, is it Melee that brought this? And one dude's like,
Melee, yep.
one dude's like, I've got this, and it's like, oh, are you sure we should trust this guy? Yeah, he's fine. Wait, what other stages he has in his repertoire? Oh, I don't know, Poke Floats?
Look, I'm kind of sad they didn't bring back Poke Floats. Like, okay, it's not something you can play competitive on,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's just fun. It's just fun.
I don't even want to imagine, like, things like Steve with Poke Floats. Or, like, just the Amiibos would just be like, I don't know how to fight this thing. I think there's one in tall grass near a pillar that basically changes 100% like everything Steve runs. Interesting. Oh,
Oh, and then, come on, Zelda, teleport, teleport!
oh, he trapped her. Oh!
No! No, he
trying to go-
missed!
The geometry must have been... Like, I think
Yep.
I could see him, like, go to try and, like, get her off ledge in order to, like, get that, get the final smash off. He needs to KO her really quickly. That final smash is in lockdown.
Ooh,
he
is
just
that gonna
went
be
there.
enough? Oh no! Oh! I thought he was gonna be saved by the wing there, but nope. Can you imagine if Sage does 3-stock him? That would be one hell of a way to close out a victory.
I really hope not. I do want him to not get 3-stock. I don't know if he has been 3-stock, like, in any of the matches, but...
Not yet. It's been close, but he's usually gotten in at least one, even on his worst matches. Okay, there we go.
There we go, there we go. It's all good. I'd rather no 3-stocking. It's always really sad when you see an Amiibo get 3-stock. You're like, oh no, did something go wrong? Or like... But then sometimes you're just like, nope, that makes total sense. The advantage was definitely not in their favor. I've seen like one matchup which was like, what? Pichu versus Bowser. I was like, yeah, I know where this is going.
Oh, and that is game and match.
Ah, oh well. It was close though, I gotta say.
It was, and like Renton definitely made a little bit of a comeback there because he was what, 6,
Yeah,
and
6,
then all of
9,
a sudden he
6.
just got like chaining a couple of wins there.
So he did get somewhere. 10-8, I will take. That's definitely a close match.
Well, this was a fun challenge. Thank you so much.
Wait. One more thing.
Hmm?
A sec.
Oh no, you're not bringing out the raid boss with Greninja,
Oh,
are
don't
you?
worry, I'm not that cool.
Are you
One more
sure?
time, one more match.
One more okay, one more match.
Just curious, that's all.
Oh, okay, so we got Sage versus Hylia, let's go.
I'm curious to see how my Zelda Amiibo goes against another Zelda Amiibo. If their fighting styles are similar or anything.
So, ooh, because you mentioned a Pichu before,
Ooh,
I'm
that was-
curious if you or anyone else in chat has heard about the Pichu cheating scandal
Oh, yeah.
with the hacked Wii and the SD card. That was interesting.
Bro went out of his way for that, just gotta say. I haven't seen
Yeah.
the video yet or anything like that, but I can imagine, like, the fact you have to do, like, all that setup just for this one joke character says a lot.
Like, dude, just play Pikachu. Just get good at Pikachu. But oh, for context for those that might not be familiar with, oh yeah, so Trucky Search was like, what kind of cheating was this? So this was a good few years back. This was for the Melee scene over in North America. And it wasn't any of the big tournaments, but there were a couple of big players towards the end. Because this guy was going to tournaments and kind of, he'd gone from like a sort of nothing player and all of a sudden he's like getting in the top tiers with a Pichu of all things. But as it came out, when people had suspicion, they were like watching matches and be like, huh, this is really weird. This Pichu is like air attacking and getting like KOs at extremely low percentages. and they were having trouble knocking him off and all that kind of stuff. So the guy had a modded ROM version of Melee
Oh,
on his Wii. Oh no! No! Oh no! And so what had happened was he'd modded the Melee so that when he played in the 4th player slot with the blue costume specifically, it would load in different hitboxes. So the hitboxes were bigger. Pichu's weight was heavier, stopping him from getting thrown off. And I don't know if his speed was upped as well. But anyway, the character was like completely and broken. Yeah, and he took out, I think, a couple of good plays, but he couldn't take out any percent. They managed to come... It was close. It was close. But yeah, cheating for money matches as well, specifically. Like, ooh, okay. Hey, hi!
This is just a very quick match. Just those
Little
periods.
victory lap.
Yeah, pretty much. Whoa. Oh, I think that's it.
Yeet.
Oh, if that up smash had hit. Oh well.
Sage is the new goddess of Hyrule now.
Honestly, with how highly has been working in Hyrule, maybe it's for the best.
I don't know. We might actually see something in action. Who knows? We only need to wait till May now.
Problem is, my trust in gods have been pretty, like, very subpar with a lot of games. You're just like, alright, what has this god done this time? Like, a lot of worlds
very...
like that.
Very rarely in, like, fictional stories do you hear anything about gods being overly helpful. It's like the most be like, oh yeah, I'll pick you as my champion. I'll give you, like, some of my powers and stuff. I'm like, cool, and you can't do this yourself. Why?
Honestly, it might be better that they don't do it themselves. Like, I mean, have you seen two gods literally just clash together? Like, that's asking for a cosmic event, ain't it?
Yeah, true. True.
That is true. I mean, recently there's a little anime isekai thing I've been watching of a guy who's literally just a regular dude, gets sent to anime world obviously, but like his only skill is that he has Amazon. And he's a decent chef, so a god, like a goddess basically of wind, was like, oh, I'll just give him a small blessing. And by the way, this blessing does nothing for him because he's not even attuned to wind. But he trades her with like Japanese sweets in order to like get these supposed blessings, and obviously he has a familiar that she gave him. But like, she's definitely getting like more end of the bargain. But it's such a great anime. But the thing is that the art style's great. There's a really cute slime that ends up, I think, called Sui, who ends up learning how to talk. He's literally just a little cute kid. But it's definitely an advertisement for Amazon, or like eating food. Essentially, the food is the highlight of that show.
What was it called?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what it's called in English, but I'll see if I can find it. It's definitely some sort of food thing. What if I write cooking? I don't know off the top of my head because it's been in Japanese. Is it this one?
Yeah, they
campfire
really
cooking
like to have the
another
long
world with my
names.
absurd skill.
Sorry, what was that again?
Well, the Japanese is Todemo skill de Isekai Horo Meshi, or campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Yeah, or cooking skills in another world, essentially.
And as I was just about to say, man, they really love their long titles over there.
It's not only is an isekai, but it's a light novel series, which is obviously further ahead. But it's a light novel. I'm pretty sure that light novels like actually pay, like it's a competition to see who gets the longest light novel title. But it's got decent animation. It's quite cute.
Well, might have to check it out, even if it's just for an afternoon. Be like, oh, all right, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, and if not, just watch it for sweet.
All right, so I do believe you were saying previously to stream that after the matches today, you were going to do some art. Is that correct?
I might do a little bit of art. I've also got to prepare for this afternoon because I have a dinner coming up, which I have been asked to cook some entrees for. So I'm making cheese bread.
Cheese bread.
Yeah,
sounds yummy.
It's the same one I think I took to when we did our couch collab.
Oh yeah, those were good.
So yeah, I've got to get those ready to go.
All right. Well, in that case, we might part ways here because we're gonna pull out like a coloring page or two and get like the playlist going. I think.
No worries, no worries. It was a good match though.
Oh, it was a good challenge overall. It was a lot of fun training the amiibos and then throwing them at each other and seeing what happens. Essentially.
Yeah. But
I
I know it's a bit of short stream on my end, but it's totally fine. I'm glad that it's got recorded. It seems to be working. I'll have to double check, but it's a good indicator for like if we ever do any other co-op sort of streams.
Hmm. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just. Well, I heard someone calling me from the other room, but we are all good. Was there anything else? Sorry, I got really distracted there because I heard someone calling my name.
Oh, okay. Anything else? I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow because I am going to go to a D&D session, but I'll be streaming next Wednesday and we'll be trying the True Arena in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Ooh, research team, you should drop in the chat and drop by for that.
And then I guess the week after we'll be continuing with our Silver Nuzlocke randomizer Silver Nuzlocke, so that we can finally get to Pokemon Stadium 2 on that one. Now that the Amiibo training's all done, I can just focus on the Nuzlocke.
And trying not to die.
Yeah, we don't talk about Run 1.
No, run one never goes well.
Yeah, I guess I do have. I just casually put just a hyperlink on my side, but I think most people are watching from your side. But yeah, I guess go check out the Alchemist as well as their Discord if you're interested in that sort of thing. You can stop by,
thank
see
you.
some of the emotes and drawings I do there. I am planning. Oh, maybe that's what I should do for the 100 because I was planning to do a huge thing for emotes. I was going to make a challenge of me drawing in one emote for every Pokemon in existence.
That's a big challenge.
A good drawing technique, but it'll probably get very sloppy at some point. But
Yeah,
it's still
it
fun.
might be good to pace yourself, or even like one
yeah,
milestone, one gen.
Yeah, obviously, definitely.
Mm.
Still don't understand how Nuzlocks work. Well, it's basically catch one Mon per route. If you faint, you cannot use that Pokemon ever again. You must nickname all Pokemon so you create a bond.
And then your heart is broken when they die.
Yeah.
When they faint, they're dead. That's
And
the
it
way
has
you
to be
treat
the first thing on the route too. So
Yeah.
you can't just keep searching for the Mon you want. You have to use what the first encounter is. Basically gives you a little bit of an incentive to like use other Pokemon that you're not used to. Because I know that's a big reason why I came to love a lot of Pokemon, because of using them in Nuzlocks, where I'd never used them in the main story because I wasn't interested. And then obviously people were like, well, that was too easy, let's add other things. So you got hard locks, chest locks, soul locks, egg locks, all sorts of things. There's a huge genre of them. Yeah, an egg lock might be interesting as well to do for the 100. And I can always ask people on the Hollow to help me out with the eggs.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much wraps up all I need to say on my end at the very least.
All good. Well, thank you again for the challenge and the opportunity. I can't wait to maybe do another one of these in future, because I still have your Mewtwo amiibo to train, and I can always pass you on another of mine since Greninja has become a raid boss.
Yeah, we'll have to trade them back, and I also have to, I guess, get them back at some point so
Yep.
they're comfortable back at home.
That's true, that's true. But alright, I think we'll be parting ways for the day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around, friend.
No worries. I'll see you soon. And to everyone else, take care, everybody.